Welcome to the Lone Machinist podcast, where it's just you, your machines, and the work. What have you got going on today, Curt?
Today I'm going to talk about removing statues from my garage, how fiber lasers, fiber lasers are neat, and how I fought an inkjet printer and lost. How about you?
We're going to talk about how I made the PLC on the LK, my bitch,
Nice.
considering moving to Mint Linux. And USDs and Australian Ds are not the same. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So, how are you this fine day, Curt?
Good. I'm assuming by D's you mean dollars.
Yes, obviously.
Okay. Just
I don't know.
checking.
Never compared the other type of Ds. So you're off to a strong
uh,
start this morning. Oh, so
yeah. Whatever it is, this midday where we're
yes.
splitting the world in half.
Pretty much. So yeah, well, how are you doing this fine day?
Good. Last week was good. Got my production back up to kind of square. Got my brain kind of settled back into its regular grooves again. So yeah, feel a lot more like I have my feet under me as opposed to like the world running away from me. So that's nice.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
yeah,
always
I got
nice.
everything out, which is nice. So I'm starting
Yeah.
new production now. So it's always a positive. But how about you? How did you make your LK your bitch?
Yeah, I got bored on Thursday. So I was waiting for material. I had a whole bunch of material on orders waiting for them to deliver. So
Mhm.
I was doing admin stuff and pottering around, and then I'm like, let me go poke at the PLC. Like, how hard can it be? So I've got the manuals for the machine and the electrical diagrams for the machines and all that. So I went through all of that, found where all the outputs are. Um, Allegedly, there should be a bunch of M codes for work clamp. So I went into the PLC and I was searching terms in the PLC and came across the M71, M72 through M79 macros, which are work clamp 1 through 4, clamp and unclamp. So I
Mm-hmm.
found the logic for that and then proceeded to take a picture of all the outputs from that logic. So if you give the code, it basically sets a variable high or low. And then just made a few extra networks on the PLC that say if variable high, output high. If variable low, output low. Fucking done. Literally 6 symbols that I added to the PLC.
Nice.
And I spoke to my mate last week from W. I'm like, hey, please give me a quote to have the guys come out and do this for me.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him this morning, and I'm like, oh, you clearly didn't look at your WhatsApp over the weekend because, I made him a bitch and it's done. But I want to see how much they want to charge. They wanted to charge me like $600 to come out for the day because they were making out like it's this huge endeavor. I'm like, bitches, it took me 2 hours.
Yeah.
My machine was only on for 2 hours and 18 minutes that day. And the first 18 minutes were it warming up. So don't try to tell me this is a whole day fucking job. It's a couple lines of bloody code. Or not even, it's a
Yeah.
couple freaking ladder diagrams. So yeah, got my inputs and output, or my outputs working for my gripper system. I'm waiting on a valve block, and I'm waiting on Matt, who listens to the podcast from Blackwell Engineering. We had a chat last week. He's got a product in the works for generating all the load and unload G code.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, really, really interesting chat with him last week. I'm not going to dive too deep into it, but basically, he's developing an app that you go through a wizard, so that's
Mhm.
spacing and whatnot, program name, and it outputs G code for loading and unloading and external references your program,
Oh,
which
cool. I'm
also,
assuming for like array based, like loading and unloading.
yes, not only.
Okay.
So array based and putting it back in its spot or putting it into a bin. There's a whole bunch of options.
Oh, cool.
So
Nice. Okay.
really, really powerful. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Um, and then just the thing, shit. I've forgotten what I was going to say. Damn it. But yeah, anyway, that's really cool looking. Um, and yeah, I got my external program calls fixed on my machine. I don't know if I mentioned a while ago I couldn't get ext call to work on my Siemens controller. So
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
got shown how to do it at IMTS. Would not work. Like I looked at the pictures that I took, could not get it to work. Turns out my machine, the previous owner had set the external call folder to be on a flash drive that's not in my machine because he was using a flash
Uh-huh.
drive or a thumbstick to move his stuff around. And if you take it out of there, if you leave that blank, best I can tell from the documentation, it searches the current folder and then proceeds to search every other available folder for your external call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I now have external call working because I would export to the same folder. I'd export my code I'm running and then the code that's going to do the pick and or the load and unload. So I need them to be, if they're in the same folder, I just say external call and call that program. If it's a subroutine, I can just call the shorthand for it, and it will go find it in my subroutine folder.
Oh, nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I assume you can hear my dogs in the background.
Oh, the
Yes. Okay, now they've shut up. I was about to shout at them. Sorry. Danica's not here, so they're not in the house this evening.
Aw.
They are moaning at somebody walking down the road because my dog
That's
thinks that he is a husky. He is not.
aw.
He's a Rottweiler.
It's
But
his,
yeah,
it's
so
his
we got,
job.
yeah, to annoy me is his job. Yes, we got that whole thing sorted out. I'm very, very, very curious about removing statues from your garage.
Okay, that's like a thing that I know. Okay, you guys can't see it, but Jamie just muted himself and yelled at his dogs. But
Pretty much.
I just see like your mouth moving with no sound coming out, and it's anyway. So yeah, statues from your garage, just like there's so many things that I feel like my bench was a perfect example. I set things on it, and then you're like, I'm gonna deal with this like next week, and the next week comes, you're like, I'm gonna deal with it next week, and then 6 months pass, and you're like,
Yeah.
this hasn't moved in 6 months, and I haven't needed it, and like I can't throw it away because I do actually need it, but like there's just so many statues that I notice. Like I that's what I call them, statues. That I just like find around, and I'm just like, get these out of here. So I cleared out a whole bunch on the weekend because I was just in one of those moods where you're looking at everything. You're like, can I throw this? I'll throw it out. And you get in that throw out mood and you start throwing everything out. You're like, I use this, but fucking I'll throw it away. I'll buy a new one if I need it. And like, it was a good mood to be in. So anyways, I got rid of a ton of them. And then my brain just feels so much lighter. Like I come in here and I'm just like, my brain feels like it's one of those like death by 1,000 cuts kind of deals where you don't notice it till you notice it. And then you're like, oh, what was I doing? So anyway.
Yeah, I was very curious because I saw this over the weekend that you had updated the dock, and I was so curious.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of garage statues, I got rid of, I think I mentioned last week we were making a tapimetron where I says the guy, no, I've got a motor, I've got a linear guide, like just come take it. I ordered the drive for him. He had a power supply, who would have guessed? Actually, for a project that I was going to do with him before I sold him Bertha. And this drive arrives, it's I think a DM860A stepper driver, just like stepper, nothing fancy, no closed loop, any of that. Reading it's like IO mode. So I pulled up a manual because it obviously didn't come with one. Pulled up a manual. If you put it into IO mode and you take your step or pulse in your direction, it runs clockwise one way, counterclockwise the other way if you pull them high.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just super dumb logic.
Super dumb logic. You can set the speed with the dip switches on the thing. Okay. So instead of setting your pulses per revolution, it sets the RPM that the stepper motor runs at. And for what we needed it for, perfect. Basically, there's a reset button that opens the relay. It runs forward until it hits the proximity switch. It latches the relay so that it runs backwards till you load a new part and hit reset, and then it runs forward again.
Nice. Nice.
Perfect. So like I was offloading crap because, again, statues, things, I can't throw them in the bin because they have value, but they need to not be in my workshop either. Like my injection molding machine that I was building during COVID. So 7 years ago, that needs to go in the bin. I need to just use it in the bin, but it's also like I machined all those parts. They're really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
get it.
Yeah, the problem.
I know I need like a portal where I could just put things in and it'll just like go into like another dimension, and then when I need them back, it's like and they come back, and then I would fill that thing. I have so much shit where it's like my shrinker. I have a little shrinker for my tools, and I'm like, I use this so like because I just populated my thread. I'm not buying any more shrink tooling, but I use it to hold my thread mill, which lasts for like a year, like and never changing it. So I'm like, well, I use it once a year now. So I'm like, well, I don't want it sitting out, but like if I put it in a box and it's just gonna, so.
No, I've got like today I was packing out. So when we did the Goodway and Carl's lathe, I bought a bunch of buttons and stuff. I got put on the counter as we're using them. They were left on the counter. So today I pulled out the electronics box, dumped all the buttons and wire and all that crap into the box that it needs to be in, so it can go back on the shelf. When I need it, I know where it is.
Yeah,
But it doesn't need to be on the workbench. I want to use that workbench for other things. And yeah, just
totally.
being disciplined. It's not fun.
Yeah, I know. I think this summer I'm gonna have a nerd garage sale. I'm just gonna like put out all my stupid stuff that a normal garage sale people wouldn't like, but a nerd garage sale be like, oh, do you guys want just like a box of various transformers, or like here's a bunch of neon sign transformers that I was gonna make Tesla coils out of. I have a gang of them because I bought a gang of them because some guy was decommissioning a restaurant, and it's just like dumb stuff that I've collected over the years. Where it's like I don't need like 6 neon sign transformers. I can
No,
keep one, and the rest can go away. And like, yeah,
no, exactly. Like I've got a lot of stuff like that where I've got the industrial Lego box, which is all sensors and crap. And a lot
yeah,
of it's crap that I'm never going to use, but I like having it for when I need it. Um,
yeah.
and I've got the electronics box and like the motion control box. Like I've got a whole box with basically an entire CNC machine in it, in pieces.
Right. Right.
That's going to now we're going to pull some of the bits and pieces out of that to CNC the grinders because
Cool.
the guy who bought Bertha sold me his surface grinder so I could sell it to my customer. And now my customer wants to go full CNC on it because he wants to somewhat automatically grind harmonica reeds.
Right. I think you briefly talked about that
I
last
briefly
week.
mentioned this. So he was here today. He's like, cool, just let me know what the controller costs. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to make 2 of every bracket. And your machine gets retrofitted, mine gets retrofitted, done. Um, I've got some stupid ways around how I plan on dealing with positioning the machines. I want to be able to use it manually, but also so manually, except the Z is always powered. The Z is always a CNC axis. X and Y, I want to be able to turn the motors off. So that I can like just quickly hand grind something to establish a datum, then tell the
Hmm.
machine what its Z is. Then what I'll do is I'm gonna make little flags. Like, yeah, I think your machine's got them as well. The little arrows that point at each other. So you just
Oh,
jog so
yeah.
those are somewhat in line. Zero, repower the drive, zero X and Y, and you sort it. The machine now
Right.
knows where it is. And then your programs can all reference that. So that's my lazy ass workaround for handling that. But I think it will work somewhat reliably.
Yeah. Yeah. I would
Because
think so. Yeah.
yeah, I need to grind anchor point pads and I don't want to stand there. So we're gonna make the CNC do it.
Well, and you're like XY, or no, I guess it's not XY on a grinder, but whatever. XY, because it's easy to say, is not
Yes.
super critical on a grinder.
No,
Like if you're out
and
by it,
the
whatever, it's not a big
Z
deal.
or wow, whatever the fuck flavor, the spindle going up and down is going to go
Yeah.
onto double nut ball screws because I have a few of them kicking around. So we're just going to put
Nice.
on a double nut ball screw, and the motor will always be enabled. That way, it never goes wee down.
Right.
I'm going to look for some motors with brakes just for shits and giggles. So if we do like lose power and you're grinding, it's not going to slam the wheel into the part.
Right.
That's the only thing I want to maybe look at replacing that motor with a braked stepper. It's going to be a closed loop stepper just because I'm lazy. And I have 6 of them from other projects because I buy things for projects that I shouldn't.
Dude, I think we all do. I think we all
Dude,
do.
I have so much crap laying around. Ball screws with end units. Like, just an enormous amount of crap laying around. And it's
Hey,
useful when you need it. Super useful when you need it in a pinch. But until then,
yeah.
it takes up space.
Yeah. When the world ends, it'll be useful. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that seems to be coming sooner rather than later.
No doubt. No doubt.
But yeah, the CNC grinder project is happening sooner rather than later. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so let me see what else is interesting. I want to know how you lost a fight with the printer. Was it an HP out of curiosity?
No, it was a brother, which is the only reason
Oh,
I was
wow.
trying to repair it because I want
Yeah,
to make sure that I can tell people I have a brother.
I have a sewing machine.
But yeah, sweet. Okay, yeah. And anyways, it's nice. It's like it's a wide format printer. It's the only reason I wanted to fix it. And it's an inkjet, and the head was kind of going garbage on it. It's ancient, so I was like, instead of buying a new printer and creating more e-waste in the world, I'm going to be responsible. So I bought like a inkjet cleaning kit.
Okay.
And I was like, I'll just flush it, and I bet you that'll fix the head. And it's
Uh-huh.
it's a like a remote reservoir, so it's got like a bunch of tubes that lead to the head.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, so I flushed it, and it's going so well. I was watching the tubes, and like all the ink is flowing through. I'm like, that was the problem. It was all jammed up, and I had like a little blotter under the head, and it's collecting all the ink. I'm like, oh, gross. I'm doing such a good job, and I'm like, wow, this thing is taking a lot of flushing fluid. So I like flushed all the colors, and then like, and then I was doing it on my kitchen floor because I'm like, if I spill something, at least it's a floor that I can clean.
Yeah.
And then I like moved the printer, and as I lift it, just like ink is pouring out of it, and I was like, oh no, I've done something wrong. And then I look in the track, and like somehow it's like I had too much pressure when it was back feeding. There was this fucking ink
Ink everywhere.
everywhere. It's just like, oh no. I opened the paper tray, it's just full of ink. I was like, Oh, and then anyways, I cleaned it all up and I was like, okay, I have gone this far. And then I realized by cleaning the lines, I basically made it so that like it can't pull the ink. Like I basically created like
Yes.
a vacuum block or air
Yeah.
block in the lines. So I was like, so now I have to take all the lines and flush them with ink. And I'm like, I don't even know if this is gonna fix it. Like, I'm like, the head still might be screwed, and I'm this at this point I already spent hours. So I'm like, I tidied it back up. I mopped up all the ink and I set it on a box, and it's gonna go on its merry way. It has
It's
done
going to
its
go onto
service.
eBay as slightly used.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
I was just like,
my
oh.
Epson ink tank that I bought for the office and then Danica stole, she
Mhm.
doesn't use it enough, so the ink is a problem. And I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, I might have to just go buy another one because I think she's done a head clean and it's still printing stripes.
yeah.
And then yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned that I sent her to go print stuff at the local printing store, and
I
it's
don't
like
know.
super cheap and really good quality.
Yeah,
Like not
that's
worth doing it here.
and that was why I was like, I'm just gonna clean this because I don't need a good printer. I found a Canadian sticker company. Actually, they're sending me a whole bag of samples right now,
Oh,
for all
nice.
my labeling, like everything that
Yes.
so I don't have to do any printing and like die cut, whatever. It's just like I looked at the pricing. I'm like, I will never compete trying to do this. Anyway, so that's why I was like, I'll just revive this so I don't have to buy
Yeah.
another printer. But it's just like now I'm factoring in my time. I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
nah, not
I've got a mono printer and a laser printer. I love that thing.
yeah,
I feel
yeah,
nothing to print 500 pages of manual
totally, yeah, yeah.
because the tone
So
is so cheap. It's a black and white. Who cares? Yeah, it's for printing office documents. And I had one when I started JSpec, and then I couldn't get knockoff toner cartridges, and the toner cartridge was twice the price of the printer. So I ended up with
yeah,
two of them. And
yeah.
now the toner cartridges have actually become available at a reasonable price. So now I literally don't give a shit about printing pages.
Yeah, I was like, same thing. My old job, they had a laser, and it was cheaper just to buy a brand new laser every time the tornent ran out. So we had a gang of them, and it's just like, what kind of world are we living in? Like
Don't
now it's
poke
changed.
around in the
Thank,
back of them. They're quite shocking. I know.
yeah, yeah. No, no, it's better now.
Yeah.
If you're running an antiquated printer like I was, like an inkjet, go look online because you can buy like the reservoirs that just take like bottled ink now. Ink's not
That's the way
expensive
to
like
go.
it
Yeah.
was 10 years ago. Yeah.
No, I've got an
Anyways,
Epson one. I friggin' love it. The Epson
yeah,
ink
the eco
prints.
tanks.
But
Yeah.
yeah, speaking of brothers, have you seen the Brother H550?
No, but I'm
I put a
gonna
link in the
open it
doobly
right now.
doo.
Oh, you did? Oh, look at you go.
Yes, it's
Oh,
a
horizontal.
freaking horizontal 5 axis. It's a seriously impressive machine.
Okay, I'm just gonna open this and hopefully nothing bad happens.
No, nothing bad should happen. It literally
Nope.
got copied out of my YouTube feed. Someone else shared it this week on Instagram, and then I went and looked it up.
Okay.
And yeah, what a beast! I saw some of their horizontals at IMTS, but holy cow,
Mm-hmm.
that thing is pushing I think I pushed a 40 millimeter U drill.
It is so tiny. I mean, it's
It's
tiny. Like it's
tiny.
a brother form factor, but
Yeah.
it's long.
Yes.
It's like their phone booth machine, but deep.
Yeah. It's 650 travel side to side. It's a
Oh,
whole
that is
uh,
cute.
moving gantry setup. It's really really cool.
Yeah, that is
Lightning
cute.
fast tool changes as usual.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, neat.
it's really cool. I was actually chatting to Matt from Blackwell Engineering, and we're looking through his stuff, and it's got G100 for tool change. So I'm like, okay, what the hell? Do they not use the M6? He's like, no, G100 looks ahead to where your code wants the table positioned and does that while it's doing a
Ah.
tool change.
Of course,
So that
that's what they would do. Yeah.
saves an extra zero point 0.2 of a second because it's
Yeah.
a
Oh
brother.
yeah. Oh, that is cool.
It's a
Go
really,
watch the
really
video,
cool
folks.
machine. Yeah, go watch the video. A link
It's in
will
the
be in
description.
the description for sure. It's a really,
That
really cool.
that tool changer is kind of wild. It kind of comes up. It's just, I mean, of course, it's like
It's
their style, but
it's the same lever activated, and it just goes up,
yeah,
and it's got a chain of tools above. It's
interesting.
really. There
That
was
is
another
really
video I saw
cool.
where you actually saw the tool changer a little bit.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
really,
cool.
really cool. Uh, yeah, like really, really cool. I've also got pricing. I don't know if I'm trying to remember what we've discussed and what we haven't. Um, Spoke to WD Hearn about their Sino drill tap machines, and I'm
Did
waiting for Sino
did
to come back because I don't know if I mentioned it's got the same size motors as the LK, except it's a 15 kVA machine. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
we did talk
are
about
you
that.
running
Yeah.
heaters in the thing? Like, what the fuck? Why are you telling me it uses more power when it has the same size motors? Like, it should only actually be like a 7 kVA machine. But I think, again, overspecking for safety.
Yeah, or yeah, exactly. Or just trying to outshine a close competing product or something.
Yeah, like, weird. But yeah, waiting on that still.
Cool.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, which one would you like
Let's
me to
see.
dive into?
I want to hear about robots in 4 days.
Yeah, our first robot tournament of the year is in 4 days. Well, 5 days
Oh,
today,
cool.
but four
Okay.
days from tomorrow. Yeah, I know. I need to still design and build my new robots because all my robots are fucked. Um,
Okay.
but with Danica having been away, I'm like, just postpone it. She's like, no, we can't that because it's being hosted at like some event place. And this dude
Mm.
is super keen to host it and try and grow it. And I'm like, dude, you are fighting against Thunder. The
Yeah, yeah.
Australians took 6 or 7 years to get to the point that they've got more than 7 competitors. What makes you think we're going to get lots of competitors in South Africa? Like, let's be realistic. The guys we have, are they happy to compete? It doesn't need to grow. It's not going to grow much bigger. There's a quite severe barrier to entry. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Oh, fair.
We're going to do our first tournament of the year on the weekend, among all the other crap that we're doing. So yeah, should be fun. I get to drive all the stuff out to Randburg. Yay! It's gonna. I was driving my stupid little bucky that doesn't have aircon. I now hate my little. I hate my little truck.
Yeah.
Like my Land Rover. I drove the Land Rover this weekend on when we went away. I was doing. I was
Mm.
slightly speed. I actually caught air at one stage on a dirt road. I was like, woohoo! Yeah, I was sending it. Like when we left, I said to everyone because they were all there in cars. I'm like, I'm leaving first, so I don't have to sit behind you bitches. Because I went through the first section of it where it's like actual 4x4. I was just cruising, and then we got
Yeah.
onto the dust road, and I just stomped my foot down and went. Like cruising down there 100 k's an hour down a dust road. It was lots of fun. But traction controlling gives zero shits. Yeah, no, that was lots of fun.
That's
Um,
awesome.
which one was that? Oh, yeah, robots.
Okay.
Yeah. So I saw you got your fiber laser.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So
Thoughts and opinions on fiber
uh
lasers in general, not necessarily the one you got.
dude, fiber lasers are freaking cool. They're so cool. Like
Yes.
even I have a low power one. It's 20 watts.
So do
And
I.
it's a dual. It's a 20-watt diode, 20-watt
Yeah.
fiber. And yeah, like I'm not gonna use the diode. Actually, I might use the diode for doing some raster work on cardstock, just because it's probably gonna be
Mm.
faster than my CO2. Um, but it's yeah, fibers are so freaking cool and precise. Like I was
Yeah.
impressed at how like precise they can be. Like
I did a
I'm gonna do
coin
like
today. I did two
oh cool,
coins.
okay,
Point two deep
okay,
in aluminium. Took an hour and a half. 60 diameter coin.
yeah, it's this problem is take forever, but like yeah, I barely touched like I played with it for maybe an hour, and they're cool. They're so cool.
No, they really are. I like my fiber laser. I
Yeah,
actually get a fixture plate for it.
I wasn't expecting like as good of results with like it's I mean I say it's a cheap unit. It's still like I forgot like the package I have is like 7 grand or something. Like it's
The
not cheap, but it's
the
cheap.
galvos
So
are all made in the same factory. The source is all made in the same factory. The software or control boards all made in the same factory. It's just different labels on them.
that's exactly how I was looking at it. And there's a channel on YouTube that I watched where he did a disassembly of one of the like pick your brand
Yeah,
name, doesn't matter. And he showed how they work because I didn't know how fiber lasers work, but now I know. Like they're basically just like a bunch of diode lasers pumping into a fiber,
and
and then they
amplify.
have
Yeah,
yeah, and it works kind of like a capacitor bank, and they just like fire a seed laser into it, and it lets that loose. I mean, we're talking like billions of a second, and then it's like bam, and that's how you get like kilowatts of power out of like a you know
what is
10,
truly
20, 30 watt power
what
unit.
is truly truly terrifying is when you see the size of the fiber optic cable that goes to a 7.5 kilowatt fiber laser, and it's the thickness
Oh
of a
yeah,
human hair, and it's
right.
channeling
Like
like 7.5 kilowatts of metal cutting fury
yeah.
a couple meters. It is insane.
Well, and that's like some of those big like metal cutting ones that are like actually operating at kilowatt ranges are probably outputting like hundreds of kilowatts of like point source power.
Yes.
Like if you measured it, if you could measure at that, not an average time, but like the millisecond time or nanosecond time, just
Yeah.
like mind boggling,
But
mind
I mean
boggling.
that's the good old trick with CO2 lasering of dithering. where your initial pulse is like 10 or 20 times more powerful than your sustained power. So the guys wrote a bunch of stuff back in the day to pulse the laser, and you could cut way thicker stuff by pulsing the laser on and off really quickly, because
Okay.
it builds up and then discharges, and that build up when it discharges is much higher than once it's discharging. It levels out to its power level.
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
remember reading a Hackaday article about it, or a Instructables article about it.
I might be reading the same one that you are reading. Because I started geeking out on it. I was like, oh, this is really cool. So now I know why they're called fiber lasers, because they have a giant fiber coil in them.
Yep,
Yeah.
they amplified through the fiber coil. Yeah, I opened mine up to see what was on the inside when I got it.
Yeah,
As one does.
End game. I'm gonna play. Yeah, once I've shot all the video that I have to shoot by like contract agreements, then I'm gonna start taking it apart and pissing around with it and looking inside, and just for my own curiosity.
That doesn't seem out of character at all.
No, like you got to see how it goes.
Yeah, I want to see what's inside. Like I wanted to see that everything was working, because it took me a while to get it actually working, because the way they labeled the focal distance was really fucking stupid on my unit. You know how I figured out the focal distance?
How?
Made it engrave something, took a piece of plastic and moved it up until it started burning, and then I roughly knew where I was.
Right.
And then I could adjust from there and then figure out what they referenced as, because they wrote the focal distance. To fucking what? It wasn't the bottom of the lens, it was halfway up the bloody housing.
Oh, okay.
So I then figured out where it was, and then I cut a T out of acrylic. So I just put the T on top of my part, and I wind the head up till it'll slide under the lens, and then it's focused, But I do want to put I need to rebuild the Z assembly, because if you're doing stuff at the level of the bed, it's at the end of the travel, and I think one of the rollers comes off, so it doesn't repeat if you're doing shallow things. Like if you wind up, wind down, it's not necessarily where it was.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So I need to play around. Although if I put a fixture plate on, that'll solve that problem.
Yeah, well, I was kind of impressed.
Looking at a very spiffy
one. This unit I have is just double lasers, so that's that's how they do the focusing with the cross beams. And
mine's got that too. I just don't bother with it.
Oh yeah, I find it works pretty good.
I prefer the stick of justice.
Fair.
Yeah, I think you've got what is your brand again?
That's like a Laser Pecker LP5, which is the worst brand name possible. But
I don't think so. I think it's great. He does for X Tools.
The X Tools ones, they have some more gutsy ones, but
yeah, because I'm looking at a generic 250 by 250 fixture plate from Blackwell Engineering.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
He does really cool fixture plates. Like I could make one, but I'd rather support him.
Totally. Yeah.
You're saying the fiber laser market, it's so expensive, and then the machinists are like, "How do you make it so cheap?" He's like, "I can tap 1,500 holes an hour, like in an hour. I've got a speed.
Yeah.
Zoom in and out, like it's not a problem." I was looking at his stuff. I need to get my hands on one of those for engraving all the anchor points and whatnot.
Yeah, no, it's
cool. And actually, stupid shit I have planned.
Actually, a really cool thing is once again Instagram and just networking with people. Is I posted that little video of me pissing out my fiber, and I think his name is Mike. I'm not entirely sure. From Keybar, he reached out to me and just basically sent me a video on like, hey, if you need help with like any titanium like lasering, just hit me up. Like, and he showed me like the crazy color because he's doing some pretty incredible like color anodizing. And I was like, oh, I didn't know you could. And he basically is like, you can color up to here, and it just kind of divulged a few secrets. Where I was just like, oh, that's so kind of you. Like, just to like be like, hey, you want help? Just hit me up. And just like, I love the community that just like want to help everybody else. So it's really cool.
Yeah, so. No, the Instagram community is really, really awesome. Like,
everyone wants get better.
Everyone wants to help everyone. It's awesome. Like I've had a lot of people reach out about my anno setup. And I was shooting a video. I did shoot a video, and then some smart dick forgot to switch his lav mic on. So got a whole bunch of video clips that have no audio. And unfortunately, it's not just a case of dub over it because it's going to look stupid because I'm going, and this is where the thing is, and pointing shit out. So it's going to be really tricky to not seem AI-ish. So I'm just going to reshoot the video next time I anodize anything.
Get Danica to dub over you in a voice and like... and pretend like she doesn't speak English, so like get her to talk with like the thickest accent that she can muster.
Awesome CNC freak accent.
Totally. Yeah.
Have you seen that channel?
Yeah.
Danica's like, turn that shit off. I'm like, no. I want to see what he's building. He's done some interesting things. But yeah, I kind of want it to be a decent video, so I'll just reshoot the whole thing. It'll take all
Fair.
of a day. When I
Yeah.
run anodizing again, I haven't run anything in the last week since I discovered that all my audio was missing.
That's a bummer.
Yeah,
That's a bummer.
it's really tedious, but shit happens. Could be worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me take that off, Anna. But I have got some really good clips. If anyone wants information like immediately, just DM me. I've got 3 videos that are shot for someone else that I can send you that just run through the basic Anno process, and then I'll do a more formal video in the coming weeks. As soon as my wife is back from her not holiday, then I can actually get to doing that.
Cool.
But yeah, so yeah, you've been doing a lot of interesting things.
As of you, I want to hit me up with the. Tell me about your. I want to hear about your anchor point, the little mechanical anchor point, the testing, and then your pre-order.
Yeah, so pre-order's going live for the. It's probably going to go live tomorrow. It's a spot reservation basically. It's $50, gets you a $50 coupon for the store, valid anywhere in the store. So even if you do decide I don't want anchor point now, I will buy a T-shirt. You get $50 off.
Cool.
Yeah, so that way it gives us an indication of how many people actually want the things without taking all their money up front. Like also we can get the money out of PayPal because we've effectively delivered a coupon. Because PayPal's weird like that. So yeah, that's gonna probably go live tomorrow or today when this comes out. I'll probably have pushed it live already. And then we'll send out an anchor point email as well. And then they'll be available for sale on the 14th. So if guys have pre-ordered, we'll probably let them know as soon as they're ready to go into Anno and be like, okay, cool, place your order now and we'll ship as soon as it's ready. But we're targeting the 14th of next month for when they are going to be shipping.
Okay. Nice.
And then we did some testing. Yeah, it's rigid as hell. Like
it looks it, yeah.
Yeah, I pushed a 13mm drill into it at Imperializer. I updated my Imperializer today to be correct. 23 inches a minute.
Okay, yeah.
1,200 RPM, and yeah, it did not give a shit. I stopped before I was going to hit the pull stud. I just manually fed it down, and I made a little reel about that on Instagram, which has got a few thousand views on it. But yeah, significantly more rigid than the spring-loaded ones. Spring-loaded ones are great if you want to quickly change things in and out, but if you want to use it as a more rigid 0 point, then the mechanical is definitely the way to go. Like I've got it on my 4th axis now, and yeah, I dig it on the 4th axis. I haven't really done anything stupid on it yet. I've been machining water flingers all day for the mines.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I haven't been using it, but yeah, it's I like the mechanical anchor point. I think it's also going to be a bit cheaper. I actually need to add that to the pre-order tomorrow. What the actual sale price is going to be, which for anyone interested is going to be $400 for the starter kit, and then I need to just check what the tariffs are going to be. But it's $70 shipping, and then whatever the tariffs are, I think it'll be about $120. Like the tariffs are just
That's so insanely inexpensive.
Yeah, I think all in will be around $600 with shipping and tariffs. And that comes with ridiculous. 2 pallets. And it turns out I don't need to send it with a hex driver because one of the Imperial sizes is like 7.94 millimeter.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to engrave the 8 millimeter, or I think it's 5/16 or something, 5/16 inch driver. I'll just engrave it on the side of the anchor point so that there's no questions about what size it is. But yeah, it does the thing. Ken's got his one. He's going to do a bit of testing on it. I'll probably get messages from him tonight as I'm trying to go to bed. Because that's when he wakes up. But yeah, nice. He put it under his little Keon Scanimatron. And yeah, very interesting, like the flatness and whatnot. It was quite insightful to see just how accurate everything is.
Yeah, Ken's a cool dude. I watched his story where he was mentioning it, and it's like for a dude that is also making work holding in like a 0 pointy-ish kind of world, it's pretty cool for him to be like, let's all boost each other up. Like, I don't know.
100%.
He's got good internals, that dude.
Yeah, 100%. So like we're busy discussing, so there's potentially a small issue with the anchor points where the holes for the Lang studs are moving. We're trying to figure out how exactly they're moving. So it's either thermally related, so putting an aircon in my workshop. That'll give us a positional error of about 25 microns with a 10-degree delta. When he measured it, we were 14 microns off maximum on the whole panel. That's pretty freaking tight. The Lang or the rock lock call out is 7 microns positional tolerance on the bores, which technically means from the datum that it is calling, we are on tolerance because there's potentially 7 microns either way on the two bores. Okay. So technically within tolerance. But what I think we're going to do is we're going to change the process. So I've been using the Lang stud holes for work holding in my process. I think I'm going to bore them in op 1. I'm going to go a millimeter under size, make all my fixturing a millimeter under size. That way I can still locate and use them as a locating feature. And as the final operation, when I deck the bottom, I'm going to go from my face mill to like an 8 or a 12 millimeter end mill, face it off, and then bore those bores. And then I'll know where they are in relation to the round pin because I'll clock everything off the round pin on my fixture.
Okay.
So I'll I'll find the location of the round pin, face my fixture, pop it in, don't do any tool changes like I'm currently doing to keep that accuracy, and then face off, bore the bores, and I know the bores are the size and where they need to be at the final once all the stresses are in the assembly and everything.
Right.
Because I think the issue that we're having is the bores are done in op 1, and then it goes through the whole process, and the way the process is designed, if there's any tolerance, non-parallel tolerance stack up, we clamp it upside down as the final op and deck the back in relation to the pad. So it is coplanar, but potentially it could have been at an angle when we did that. And now the bores are not perpendicular to the plane, and that would cause it to not go into the receivers.
I see.
The engravings on the bottom are 0.25 deep. So the error we're talking about is like you would machine through them if it was that far off.
Right.
Yeah, because there's the vent lines in the bottom so it doesn't suction to the Lang plates. And those are only 0.25 deep. So you would think they would go away if we were out enough to cause a problem. So, we're busy trying to figure it out. I know, for instance, my studs that I've got here, I put them in finger tight, put it in the receiver, give it a tap, pull it out, and then tighten them. And then it goes in and out. But if I just tighten them, it doesn't go in and out. So just trying to figure out where the actual issue is. But for anyone that's going on T-slot table or going onto their own riser, it's a non-issue. It's just the Lang stud stuff that I'm trying to figure out on it.
That's interesting. I didn't know it was that tight. That's kind of cool.
And also was chatting to Subtract Manufacturing about potentially manufacturing the Sanders compatible mooring point plates for me in the US.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yes,
yeah,
because that takes it takes a third of the price off when you account for shipping and stuff. So I had a chat to Jacob. We just need to figure out a way forward on that, how we want to handle doing a batch, having them hold stock, and then either I pay for them up front and then we sell off. So it's just figuring out the logistics of it. And that we'll do in the coming weeks. There's a whole bunch of accessories and things coming for the anchor point, including a go no-go gauge, because John's a whiny little bitch. Yes, John, calling you out on the fucking podcast. So now he was asking me how to gauge the holes. He was using his anchor point as a gauge. So I'm like, okay, no, fair enough. Maybe I should make a go no-go gauge. So I'm thinking bamboo printer so that I can do color changes without this piece of shit giving me trouble. I'm going to print a red and green go no-go, press a dowel pin in one side, which is 10.02, and press one of the spare locating pins. I'll just make extra locating pins, the round ones, which is 9.995 in the other side. So when you're boring them, you have a go no-go gauge.
Oh, for making pallets. Yeah.
For making your own blank pallets, So
right.
Going to probably add that to the store. I've got a dust cover that I'm pretty happy with. I'll add that to the store. And then also those files are just available. They're in the CAD pack. If anyone wants the CAD pack, you just go to the store, add it to your cart, check out, it emails you all the files.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice.
That's got the dummy mooring, the dummy anchor points. It's got all the mooring point plates, all the different flavor blank pallets that I've drawn up. Like it's got a shitload of stuff in there. So if anyone wants those resources, please go grab them, because I had some questions and I just point to people, go look there. There's the download Go add it to your cart,
That's
check out,
nice.
and get it. It's freely available. It's also on the resources page on the website. But yeah, trying to
Nice.
make it
Nice.
easy to get. But yeah, speaking of subtract manufacturing, we have Patreons, and they make wait, there we go, train noises. They make the wheels on the train go round and round. Yeah, all our paid patrons get access to the after show where Curt and I talk about things. Who knows what
Trains.
it's going to be? Yeah, probably trains. What it's going
Jet
to be
engine
this week.
trains today. Today's gonna be
Yes,
the
it
jet
is
engine
actually going to be
train.
jet engine trains today. But yeah, special thanks to all of our top tier Patreons. Jade from Benchmark 20, Luke from Fantastic, AJ from Subtract Manufacturing, and 30 other companies, not countries. EJ from Nocturnal Welding, Jason S., the Aussie Machinist, Christian Olsen, Charles White, Kyle from Cursed Machine, Matt from Offworld Gear, and Alex B. Speaking of EJ, did you see his new welder?
I don't know if I did.
He fetched it
I don't know
this
if I
weekend.
did.
Freaking giant
Okay.
machine. Yeah. I was
Oh,
watching his
okay.
stories today about it because Nocturnal Welding, he welds. Who
Yeah,
would have
fair enough.
guessed?
Yeah.
But yeah. Look. We're up to 30, AJ. We'll do a number of companies there. I think we've actually kept it pretty good. Like, I don't think we've actually skipped any. I've been pretty diligent about it. Especially considering I don't write it down anywhere. It's just from memory. Wasting a whole bunch of mental real estate for a joke.
You could always throw a few extra in there. He'll probably catch you anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, so, do you know what I found out this morning?
What did you find it out this
That
morning?
US dollars and Australian dollars are not the same. And the Masso's freaking website is in US dollars, even though they're based in Australia. Fortunately, I didn't be stupid and I was charging my customer appropriately. So having to pay an extra like 30% wasn't the end of the world.
Yeah.
It was a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. Like, things will be fine. So I ordered a Masso today.
I had that issue for a while because like my site didn't let you use multiple currencies, and then it wouldn't display currencies until like checkout. So I was like, this is so annoying.
Yeah,
So I just defaulted to Canadian, and Americans get a special surprise because it's going to be cheaper for them.
Well, yeah, I looked on there and I thought it was an Australian because it's an Australian-based store, and yeah, luckily I didn't be nice to the customer. Like, oh no, you can have it at basically cost, because if I'd done that, I would have been out of pocket for like, hang on, I updated the parallels to be accurate to rands for the current exchange rate. I would have been out of pocket for like $600.
That would have sucked. Yeah.
Yeah, well, not out of pocket, but it would have screwed the budget for the project a little bit. Now it's only like $60 that I had to spend that I wasn't planning on spending. But that's not the end of the world. I billed appropriately, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, so use a few less zip ties and you'll make it back up.
Yeah, get the job done quicker than expected, and then my hourly rate goes through the roof.
Totally,
which is the way to do things. But
yeah.
So, what did you do to your lottery code, Curt?
I got smarter, and I started filtering lottery by, because people put in like their favorite colors. So I put some extra code in there. So when I draw winners, if I'm doing a batch of, let's say purple in this instance, all I got to do is I get a prompt on my big Python script, and I can just enter words, and then it keywords all the entries, and it'll be like, okay, anybody that has purple in their entry word somewhere, I'll put those people into this pool, and it'll draw from that. So that I can, because if someone's only interested in raw finishes and I send them a winning ticket for blue, they're probably going to pass on it and want to be rolled into it. So I'm just trying to minimize that.
No, 100%. That makes sense, because I think you said you were doing single option batches now.
Totally. Yeah. I'm going to always do single lot because it's so much nicer. And
so much easier. Yeah.
Oh, I had a few people that make products. I think what is it? What's EDC Outlaw? He reached out too, and he's like, "Dude, I do that too." He's like, "It's so nice." He's like, because inevitably you're packing up orders with like multiple variants. Yeah. He's like, you don't leave them taped, or you don't fully tape them up till you're fully done, because then you look on your bench, you're like, "Oh shit, I got one left over." It's like, what did I mess up? And you got to go through everyone's order again. Like, eventually you'll mess it up. And so, anyways, this makes it so much nicer.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so it's like, and I don't filter with anything more. So like if people added grip options and stuff, I think that's too granular. People are going to be like, well, no, like people don't know what they want until they're shown what they want, is what I kind of find out. But color is pretty polarizing. Grip. Yeah, I know you want a fruit grip. It better be with the fiber. Oh, it will be. Oh,
Okay.
trust me, I've already played this game. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be pink, and it's gonna be purple, and it's gonna be green. That's the only tips I'm gonna give you on that one.
Okay,
So,
I'm quite excited.
yeah, it'd be pretty sick.
The
The only
fiber's going to
problem
make that a
is
lot easier.
if I can get, which I think I'll be able to, the cleaning with fiber too. Because the nice thing
Yes.
about fibering is it makes it nice black, which is hard to get on titanium, but it's super nice. But I also want to be able to not do black.
Doesn't the
Um,
black take like super long with on titanium?
I don't know because I have like on this thing, like those are
Oh, okay.
black as hell in
Yeah.
titanium, and like I Scotch Brite these, and like it's in there, so like
Okay.
I
No,
can get
because
a
I
really
remember,
nice.
um, what's his name now? Kevin from, well, the knife engineer now. I
Yeah,
remember him saying they lasered Texas with a star or something
yeah,
on their pocket clips, and it takes
yeah.
forever to get it solid black. But they do it, and it is what it is. Like, but yeah, I haven't
yeah.
played with. Oh, actually, I lie, I have played with titanium in my laser. I burnt a hole through a piece of titanium. It took about an hour, like a 2 mil hole,
Nice,
just yeah. Because I
nice.
was seeing if I could cut racking on my fiber laser.
Oh, nice.
Because again, I
So you
don't care if it
can.
takes an hour; it's quicker than milling
Yeah,
it.
sure.
So,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I got 20 watts of power. Okay, no, interesting. So and have you got the
Yeah.
rotary for it?
I have a rotary, and I also have a slide table, which I thought was kind of gimmicky, but I played with it. So it's like a basically another axis,
Yeah.
and it's meant for like batch production because lasers have such a fixed cone of like
Yes.
our
Of
effective
goodness.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you can get to the edge, but it starts to get weird.
It gets
Um,
very weird.
yeah, so they built a slide table. So like if you're doing keychains, you just put a huge fixture on there with like whatever 20
Yeah.
keychains, and it would just slide through, and you could index them all.
Planning on building a spinning one for my laser for a job that, if
Oh,
it ever comes around, I
smart.
have plans afoot. It's going to just be harmonic drive with a stepper and a disc, and I load 16 or 20 parts on it. Configure it that it runs index, and then I unload all, load again, and it can run for 30 minutes instead of me loading a part every minute or two.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's smart.
robotic automation. It's the way.
Robots. Yeah.
Yeah, make
So
the robots do the work.
yeah, and let me see. So yeah, I got the filtering code is good. Oh, and I was laughed at like when companies send you like this account is hasn't been used in 6 months. Like we're gonna deactivate your account if you
Go
don't
for it.
reply back. And I was like, yeah, I give a shit. Go nuts. I never realized the value in that until because now I send out a lot of emails a month. Like you start adding, like, you start getting like a bunch of people subscribing to your messages, and then you start sending emails, and you start sending multiple emails a month, and all of a sudden you're sending like tens of thousands of emails a month.
Mm.
And emails cost money. And my stupid tier, like I use MailChimp. I like MailChimp. It's very easy, but every like 500 people, they ding you for the next tier up in
Yeah.
price. And it gets spendy. It gets spendy to the point where like it's valuable to me to be like, okay, if I have 500, or let's say I have 1,000 extra people on my list that I'm just sending them literal email they don't care about, like
Yeah.
I'll deactivate your account, and that might drop me down a tier,
Yes.
which can save me $50 a month. So I
Well,
see
I
why
know.
people do it now.
Yeah, I know. Danica does with Descript. You only get like 10 hours a month on the tier she's on, but it's pro
Okay.
rata. So if she needs to go up a tier on the 20th of the month, it only
Mhm.
costs her an extra couple dollars. And then as
Oh,
soon as
that's
she's done
nice.
doing what she needs to do, she gets another like freaking 60 hours. And then as soon as she's done doing what she needs to do, she goes back down to the lower tier. And
Oh,
because
that's
on
nice.
the
Yeah.
tier she's on, I don't think you can buy more hours or some shit. I don't know. She explained it to me. I wasn't listening. But yeah, like people do all sorts of shenanigans with the tiers of things. I mean, even now, my um, eQuid, which I use for my online store, I pay for
Mhm.
their tiers so that I can have up to 100 products and I can have stock management. But I can only have
Mhm.
stock management on the main item. I can't have stock management on the options.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
fine. That I'll just make different items. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bit of an annoyance. But I'm not willing to go to the next tier.
Yeah. Yeah. It has to make
Yeah, even
sense.
when they
Yeah.
invoice me for this tier, it makes me sad. Like very sad. But yeah,
Yeah.
so also there was an issue with shipping on the store. So if anyone who wanted to buy a shirt and saw the shipping was $70, please write angry emails to danica@jspeceng.com. Um, she forgot to change the shipping option in eQuid, so it was putting the store default shipping. not the
Mm.
printful shipping. So yeah, Jacob was looking at a shirt. He's like, "Why is this shipping $70 on a $20 shirt? It should be like $4 or $5." So that has been
Right.
resolved. So if anyone didn't buy a shirt because the shipping was expensive, please go look again. We would like to sell some fancy shirts.
We have train shirts. Yeah.
Yes, we have train shirts and triangle shirts.
The triangles.
Yeah. Speaking of the
The
triangle
best.
shirt, should have arrived this week. The one that went to the triangle place.
The triangle place.
Yes, because what
Okay.
shape are sections of a pie chart? Yes,
Triangles. Yes, exactly.
exactly. Yes, planning. Like this is multiple layers to think here. Yeah. So
Uh,
this week, our machine, or this past week, I'm trying to remember days of the week here again. I machined a mold. That's the gist of it. So I got to use my new shank hydraulic holder and my old shank hydraulic
mm.
holder. And oh my word, it's so much quieter when you rough with a normal end mill, not a corn cob.
Oh,
Like so
really?
much quieter, yeah. The corn cob is violent. I ended up roughing with a 45 length of cut 12mm end mill,
Hmm.
and just just machining beautifully. Machined up 2 molds, and then I was like, no, I'll bring them through. I'll come deliver because I need to drop off the toughnell as well. And got to 2 or 3 aerospace composite shops, all owned by the same guy, but 3 different facilities. Well, yeah, he's got the one facility where they do a lot of the layups. Then they've got another facility where they build a drone and do the radar stuff that I'm involved with. And then he's got the works, or the it's like an industrial unit. The industrial unit next to it is where he stores all his model aeroplanes, like one
Cool.
third scale gliders.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, biggins.
they also
Okay.
build full size gliders, and he flies full size gliders. Like it's yeah, he's got
Cool.
big toys. So yeah, I went into it. I haven't been there in like 2 years, so it was interesting to see how it's all changed. Like the toughnell stuff is all assembled in a climate controlled room because it all needs to be interchangeable, and like the fixture table is quite impressive. Because I mean, if your fixture
Hmm.
table is 2.5 meters long, it's a sheet of aluminium. Those holes move a lot if the temperature changes, so it's at
Sure.
23
Yeah.
degrees all the time.
Cool.
So yeah,
That's
it was a
cool.
really, like he was showing me one part. They've shipped 22,000 pieces. It's a fiberglass thing with some divots in it, and then they use a jig to drill it out, and it goes out like that. It has a thickness call out. Every one of them has a piece of paper to say what the thickness was, and they have to keep the paper for
Cool.
12 years. I'm like, that's a lot of
Holy smokes.
paperwork.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of trees. Yeah.
Yeah, but a very, very interesting facility. Like I made all the molds for them last year for their one craft, and I got to see the
Hmm.
molds, how they polished them up. Got to see the Chinese molds. I'm like, huh, I'm not the only one who leaves tooling marks, because I noticed some tooling marks on the Chinese molds. It took them 3 attempts to make those molds. They kept polishing them and
Wow.
growing out the corners as the mold comes to the top. They kept rounding those, so they basically
Ah.
painting the mold. 2 hours later, lay up and sandwich and cure, and then they put a painted wing out of the mold. So it needs
Oh,
to
okay.
meet perfectly. So
Sure.
very,
Yeah. Yeah.
very interesting process. So I got to see all of that fun stuff.
Cool.
And
That
then yeah,
sounds like a fun place to visit. Yeah.
yeah, it was a really cool place to visit. So just looking, yeah, I heard a funny noise. I'm assuming it was my idiot dog idioting.
Boo.
Yeah, no, I heard a funny noise. I don't know if they're scratching at the door, so I'm just going to look on Frigate and see if there's been any triggers on my motion activation in the front yard. Nope, just one fat ass walking through the gate after visiting his neighbor. All 3 of us went fishing this weekend on our own in different places. So we were all
Nice.
catching up and seeing what everyone caught. Basically, fuck all. Yeah, it was fun.
Fun.
But yeah, so that, and then I did a load of admin shit this week. I'm trying to remember what admin shit I did, but I did a bunch of it, and it sucks.
Fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate
No one
admin
hates. No one
stuff.
likes that.
Yeah, I ended up spending a lot of time in the house, not in the workshop, because I had admin stuff to do and I didn't have material to run. So
Mm.
take the time to be useful and do admin things. And then, well, okay, let's hear why you're busier than a one-arm fiddler.
Oh, just the getting back into production now, and then all my stupid influencer stuff because I'm stupid, and so now I have to finish doing like a short video on the laser scanner that I actually want to do, so that'd be fun. But then I also want to do a 2025 wrap up video for YouTube that I've been wanting to do because I like to do those at least once a year. So I
Yeah.
got to do that, and then I have to do a bunch of content for this fiber laser, and then I also have to finish the production that I'm currently doing, and then I also want to finish the production on this fidget because it's got a shit ton of interest. And then just general life, and it's just like I got so many irons in the fire right now, and I'm so happy. Like it's lovely. It's lovely to be busy because people want your shit. I'm happy about it. But yeah, like this, like I got my next 2 months. I think I'm gonna actually like I don't normally schedule my months because like
Yeah, no
it's
need to.
pretty.
Yeah,
I have a pretty good idea how I want to run, and I have it's kind of how I've done it for last year. But these next few months, I think I'm gonna actually have to schedule it where it's like if I don't hit my production by this date, like
yeah.
I need to like push into the evenings because like I'll start running. It'll start running away on me. So
That's the thing. When there was a really good podcast, I think it was a Tips and Chips one, where they were discussing the guy from Articards was saying, as you start approaching your full capacity, any
yeah,
slip starts to compound really quickly. Like
yeah,
really,
yeah,
really quickly. Like if you're at 50% capacity and a project runs an hour long, oh, it's not the end of the world. But if you're at 90% capacity and that hour long, that kicks everything down the road an hour. You don't have capacity to make it up.
yeah.
Like
Exactly,
it's
exactly.
so
Yeah, and
I'm curious to see how the pre-order tomorrow goes and what the kind of numbers we're looking at are. Because then I need to
yeah,
pull my finger on my ass and start making anchor points.
yeah. Well, that's a good thing. That's
Yeah,
I
oh
mean,
no, definitely. Like yeah, we'll be good up to a fairly high quantity. We'll still be okay with. So we'll see
nice,
how much interest there is, and then go from there.
cool.
Oh
Well,
gosh, let me
I hope
find.
it goes super well.
And then
Tell me,
Kurt and I've both decided that Windows sucks and we're trying Mint Linux.
yeah,
So I'm
I'm
pulling you in
game.
on this one. Uh,
I'm dude. Don't
yeah,
gotta pull me in.
I need to
I'm
find
right
my
in your candy
SSD.
truck.
I have an SSD somewhere here with a NVMe drive in it, and
Hmm.
I'm literally just going to wipe that, put Mint on it, put it in my PC. If it doesn't work, pull it out, put my Windows OS back in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At least then I have the option to revert back instantly because obviously I need it for work. But yeah, I think I'm going to give Mint a bash. Its compatibility is pretty good with most Windows apps.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know.
It's
I'm just kind of
frustrating
getting
as hell.
cooked on. Yeah, just dumb stuff. Just saving me from myself. Just like stop
Yeah.
me.
No,
Just let me be unsafe.
the constant fuckery is really annoying. And if Mint works well, in all likelihood, this PC will end up outside for my daily driver, and my PC from outside will end up here for the podcast and Friday nights fusion sessions and
Mm.
things. Because this PC can't go to Windows 11 because reasons of science.
Right, right.
Yeah, they say it can't, therefore it can't. It's perfectly functional.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
they can go choke while deep throating. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Windows anymore at fucking all. Like
Yeah.
it's
I know.
gotten
I
bad.
well, in these last like few months, I've spent so much time just like in like Linux, just doing Python code, and I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm getting so much better at just like playing in like learning what all the commands are. I'm like, oh, I can like function. I'm like, I've been sitting here for like an hour, and my hand hasn't moved off the keyboard. It's like just like I like this, I enjoy this. So it's like I think I'm just gonna jump ship.
yeah. I think they're gonna have a lot of people jumping ship, unfortunately.
Yeah, seems that way. Seems that way.
Yeah, I was. My mate Roger came past today. I'm like, yeah, need to push code. Oh, I need to adjust this thread. Push just that to the NAS. Walk to the machine. Reload code. He's like, that's magic. I'm like, yes. Flash drives are for the poor people. Set up a network drive for your machine. And if you set up a Linux share, super easy on the Siemens.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like super
Yeah.
duper easy. Like ridiculously. Share folder on your PC, and as long as your PC's on, it'll see it. It took me all of 5 minutes to set up with some light googling. Like
Okay.
it's not hard. I just can't remember how to get back to the menus I was in before. Like even finding the stuff in the PLC, I can't find it now, but I have pictures of it, so it's fine.
I know I'm starting to do like readme files of like anytime I make like a weird program or like some I just make a readme file of like so when I come back to this in like 6 months time I'd be like okay this is how I did it all. It's like okay like just
So
a quick Coles notes so I can
yeah,
figure out what the shit I was thinking about.
my custom HAL files on Linux CNC have
Mhm.
instructions in the beginning. Put this in here, delete this line of code from here. All these instructions so that if you run through PNC config, you know what you need to do again because you can't
Sure.
remember all that shit.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of setup crap. I actually need to go to Cole. I think we accidentally uncommented a line in his custom HAL, so his start button stopped working. It
Oh, that's
works
unfortunate.
once. It works once the program is running. The pause and start work, but the start
Okay.
button does fuck all until then. So I think he uncommented a line there by accident. So I need to just go
Yeah.
there with a copy of known good code and just see what the difference is, or just copy and paste that whole section in and change the IO numbers.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
by the way, his machine is holding size like perfect.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah,
good. That's
like
awesome.
half a thou, no problem.
Beautiful.
So yeah, he actually, I think it was last week Thursday, he went to go deliver some stuff to a customer, and on the way there he's like, I'm gonna have to hustle this over for some work. By the time it was a half an hour drive, by the time he arrived there, his machine's at capacity because his missus and I have been whoring him out something silly to like all of our customers. Like, hey, you need turning work, go to call. Guys come to me with still, I'm like, go to call. I'm not interested in doing it. So we've been whoring him out solidly. So he's got like,
Good. That's
yeah, he's
good.
got a 300 or 400 parts he's got to make this month.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot of parts. So he's at least busy, which is good.
Cool.
So, what is in your
Go to the
Google
Google
box?
box. Oh, my Google box is full of all kinds of fun this week.
I see this.
So yeah. So if you're a child of the '90s, the Slow Mo guys released a video on the Virtual Boy. I remember going to toy stores and like looking when they had like when they used to have displays of video
Yeah,
games. When they had the Virtual Boy sitting on the counter, and so I could put my head in, I'm like, whoa, it's like VR. Anyway, the tech in that thing is
same.
the tech is basic, but the way they executed it, mind blowing. The thing was running at like stupid like refresh rates because the way they were generating the images, like I forgot what they said. I think it was like a billion times a second. I might be speaking out of school. It was over the
So I've seen the
megahertz
video. I
range.
didn't
So
actually realize it was them. It's been in my feed for the last few days, and I was like, me didn't know what it was about, but yeah, I'm gonna go watch it after this.
it's worth a view. It's a really weird way they use like galvo heads to like draw the lines on your eyes. So anyways, cool. If you're into that stuff, go check it out. It's a link in the show notes, but just Google Slow Mo Guys Virtual Boy. It'll come up. Or Slow Mo Guys. It's like their first video right now. Cursor, I was looking at that for some code work, just because I'm doing so much more code. So just kind of that's actually pretty cool software as well. I don't know anything about it. So anyways, Sculpt okay. Literally just like that. It's for taking like vectorized or taking images and turning them into like depth maps for like the
Okay,
million challenge coins people are doing. But I want to do some 3D work. And some of these 3D works I don't have like a mesh file for. I would have to generate it from an image. So anyways, mess around with that.
you
It
do
seems
know
to be pretty
slices
decent.
do that. Like a lot of your 3D printing slices have done that for years.
Oh, I guess for lithopanes, right?
Though
Yeah.
even before that, like you could pull in an image and it would depth map it, and you could then print
Okay.
like a 3D. Yeah, I know I messed around with it like back in 2016 or something.
I
Cura
thought
does it,
I thought
and I
they just
was
grace because you can grayscale it, but like I'm learning the depth mapping is a little bit different, like
I
to
know
than
this
just
this
grayscaling
depth
it. Yeah.
maps. So
Interesting.
you
Okay.
set the maximum height, and then
Yeah.
judging on the color, it varies the thickness.
Interesting. Okay. Might have to check this out.
Yeah, it's an
Um,
old thing from 3D printing, but yeah, I know it's there because I did it once or twice.
hmm. Cool. Okay. I'll mess with it more. It just
Yeah,
seems like neat
but
stuff.
that's
Oh,
quite
and
cool.
uh, Duxbury Precision Concepts on Etsy. He reached out after the show last time because I was talking about spiders for my lathe, making
Yeah,
a spider to hold some. It has to be a weird spider, but he makes them and sells them on Etsy. He was going to send me some just out of the goodness of his heart, so I figured to give him a shout out here. So if you're into that, they're like little magnet ones they all clip together, so you can have varying sizes for lathes. So
yeah.
if you need a spider, go check them out. Duxbury DUX Precision Concepts on Etsy is
We'll see if we can
where it's
throw
or
it
like
in
Duxbury Precision on Instagram. I'll throw them in the show notes too.
I'll
Yeah,
make
but
Curt get us a link and we can throw it in the show notes.
done. So yeah,
Yes.
thank you for being kind. I didn't need what he had, but I
Yeah,
appreciate it. It was very
but
kind.
maybe someone else does.
Maybe someone else does.
There we go.
How about you? What's in your Google box?
Yeah, looking at AC units, trying to find a reasonably priced AC unit. Except there's no documentation whether it actually comes with the pipes or not, so I need to phone the guys and just figure that out. It is like the cheapest one, and it probably doesn't come with the pipes. I was looking up Lang hole spacings. I actually found it on the Fifth Axis website. They actually had
Mm-hmm.
documentation. Lang does not. Anyway,
Oh, really?
on the hole spacing, yeah. I pulled their documents. It's got tolerances for the bores, but not for their positional tolerance. So I was like,
Oh.
interesting. You just make it exactly, which is what you should do, but yeah, kind of weird. Then
Hmm.
DoBot Robotics do cobots. I saw them somewhere, so I Googled them and I was looking at their cobots. And
Hmm.
then, yeah, the stepper wiring, I had to Google what colors are what on a stepper motor because the motor I gave to Mish had an integrated driver that died. So
Okay.
I chopped it off the board, extended the wires, guessed at which were what the phase order was, had it wrong, fixed it, ran in a self test, and then gave it to him. And that driver, the stepper driver, is really cool. Like if you want to do simple stuff, like it's perfect to do
Totally.
simple.
Yeah.
You just need to go backwards and forwards. You don't need a pulse generator or anything. And then, yeah, Dark Art Guitars. Thank you for your message on Instagram. He was referring to listening to my episode of With Intolerance. He was asking about
Oh, cool.
analyzing. But yeah, I like getting fancy messages like that. So thank you very much.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, like, that episode's obviously still getting back catalog listens, which is cool.
Cool.
Ooh, now I'm getting asked tricky questions on WhatsApp.
Ooh.
Do I have a 10mm collet for ER? Yes, I do. Yes. Or you
Doing
can just
work
use
on
two
the
5mm. Yeah.
podcast.
You can use
Doing
two
work on the
5mm collets. It's the same as a
podcast.
10mm collet.
Except that, yeah, why not?
Exactly. Now I'm pretty sure I got a
Glue
10
them together.
ER20 for them. It's probably
Cool.
cheaper to just go buy one at 3D printing store than to drive to my house, but whatever. You can come visit. I'll make them lift heavy things. Savage mode.
Where can unless you got more to add, where can people find your wares?
Yeah, you can find me at jspec_engineering on Instagram. You can find the Lone Machinists podcast, or thelonemachinist.com is where you'll find the podcast website with the companion guides and bonus content, the Wall of Fame, yeah, a whole bunch of fun stuff. And then you can find the anchor points and the mechanical anchor points at jspeceng.com. You also find our merch line there. We do fancy t-shirts that now have the correct shipping. So yeah, go check that out. And mechanical anchor points pre-order dingus will come out probably by the time this podcast is out. At least that's the plan. And yeah, like I said earlier, that's just a coupon, valid anywhere on the store, but gets you front of the queue for notification when the anchor points are ready for sale, which we're targeting the 14th, but it might be sooner than that. Like as soon as they're ready to go into Anno, I'm going to start messaging people to say, hey, place your order. Let me know what color you want. When we've got the order, we'll anodize it. Kind of story. So
I like that coupon idea. That's a good idea. Like I was,
yeah.
and then people, if they bail, they can still use it for something.
Dude,
like
the last coupon
it has value. Yeah.
We did one for the anchor point in March. A guy bought 2 coupons. He bought the anchor points in November.
Well, and like you said, that gets you around the PayPal limitation of like holding your funds because you haven't shipped. You technically have sold a digital product and then it's fulfilled. That's a good idea.
Technically sold you a voucher. Danica makes up the vouchers, emails them through to the guys, and they're redeemable pretty much until forever. And for anything on the store. It's not like you have to buy an anchor point with it. If you want to chicken out of anchor point and buy a t-shirt, you can.
Interesting, yeah.
But yeah, it was my solution to that problem. And it gets me an idea of how many I need to make, because obviously don't want to make 100 units and not sell 100 units because then we've tied up a bunch of capital, and also don't want to make 10 units and need to sell 100.
Yeah.
And then people are waiting, so I want to try and gauge the interest.
Yeah, interesting. That gives me ideas, but that's cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah, there's also a newsletter on the website, the Anchor Point sign up thingy mabobby, and that will also get you on the mailing list to know when the pre-order happens, when things drop. You can get added to that mailing list. Yeah, where can people find you, Curt?
Confoundedmachine.com. You can sign up for the lottery on the aptly named page called Lottery. You can enter it. The only way out is to win, and technically, if you win, you are not removed. Some people have asked that, and if you've entered in the past, it'll do all the math. You can enter it, no issues. Actually, same thing on the contact page. I found I had a ton of people enter my lottery, but they've unsubscribed from my emails. So and I've drawn a winner from that I can't email because it's like MailChimp won't, just privacy concerns. It's like they unsubscribe. They don't want your messages. I'm like, I can't give you your winning ticket because I can't email you. And I can't email you to tell you you're on the list because I can't email you. So I shouted him out on Instagram, and I shouted him out here. So the only way to fix it, go on the contact page, re-enter your email. It fixes it. But yeah, there's a few of that. No,
so it adds
only like
back
5.
to the okay list.
It adds them back because they have to do it, and I can't manually do it. Even if they give me permission, I can't manually do it. They physically have to do it. So kind of a dumb way to do it, but I get it, or else people that are not nice would just be like, oh, all these people unsubscribed. Today you resubscribed. And that's probably how the world works, because I keep unsubscribing from other people. But anyways.
Definitely how it works.
Yeah. So yeah, confoundedmachine.com, and on the media page, it links to all the stuff on the Jamie talked about. You want to buy shirts, it links to the Lone Machinist. So yeah, just everything is there.
Yeah, I got a thing today from Kyocera Printing Solutions. I'm like,
yes.
Where the hell did you get my number? Or my email? Why are you emailing me? Like, what the hell?
Well, you did mention. Well, actually, no, because if you got your parts now scanned by a Keyence machine, they probably know your part, so they'll probably find you online, because I hear their marketing team is
I already
heinous.
get the Keyence emails because
do you?
I used to use them where I used to work, and yeah, I logged in. I made an account with my personal email address, so I get Keyence emails every day.
Oh, bummer!
Like, it's
gross.
Yeah, they are unrelenting.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's the bomb they were chatting about it this week.
I wonder if they're worse than Uline. Uline is heinous. They send you physical mail, but Uline is brutal. Yeah, you get a catalog, like a 1-inch catalog monthly.
Unfortunately, we're going to IMTS again, and there's a nice convenient button, apply with last year's credentials. I'm like, shit, because I wanted to change my email address to not be my main email address. Also wanted to change Danica's card to say bar loader, not CCO, which is Chief Chicken Officer, because she's a chicken. Mine says dictator, as always.
If I go, I would pick that.
100%.
Sure. Yeah.
I dictate what goes on in my business. Anything I go to, it's dictator. Even the amazing thing I went to, dictator all the time. Like, and those are there's a few people who actually read it. It's hilarious when they do actually read it.
Right.
It's freaking funny. So what are you up to today, Curt?
Today I will probably have a bunch of bodies ready, pen bodies. So I'm gonna get those prepped because they're gonna go in the big sile and they're gonna take forever. So I'm gonna do those first. Try to front load my work so the both machines can finish at the same time. That's the goal. And then screws. Actually, but it'll blank screws first, then it'll do bodies, and just balance the machine loads out.
Swap in between.
Yeah. How about you? Besides sleeping.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep. Tomorrow I gotta finish up the water flingers, then I've got a customer coming to visit. Yeah, odds and ends. Like, keep busy work, lots of busy work.
Good.
Got to make this out of aluminium. So the material arrived. I need to just set it up and run it. Little odds and ends, like a whole bunch of little odds and ends. Planning a couple retrofits and whatnot in between all the odds and ends. Also, spindle gripping stuff. I need to finish machining the manifold tomorrow morning. I machined the one side and I need to machine the other side. And then I need to make one little block, and that can go into the machine. And I can actually just put an airline and test that my gripper works.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then I'm waiting on the valve block, which hasn't shipped. I ordered on Saturday. It still hasn't shipped. I'm a bit annoyed. But I'm sure it'll ship this week. And then I can get that mounted into the machine and wired in, and got its bypass switches. So my machine's got, in the front, it's got a bunch of punch outs for buttons. So I'm thinking of putting the Tony toggle switches, like just the 22 millimeter ones, for overriding the valves, for if I want to override the device, or I want to override the air blow or whatever. So I'm thinking of just running buttons there. So if I want to actuate the gripper, I can actuate the gripper with either turns, like a two-position switch, or a button. So like I've got spare punch outs there. I'm just gonna fill them up with crap.
Okay, fair, cool.
Why not? They're there. It's not really gonna hurt the machine. I
Right,
want to
right,
see if I
right.
can
Yeah.
get an air gauge that'll fit in a 22 millimeter button spot as well, so that I can
Ooh,
put a
that'd be
pressure
pretty.
regulator there and adjust the
Yeah.
pressure of the vase.
Yeah. That would
Because
look
then it's
nice too.
all clearly visible. It's a bit of extra plumbing to run the airline all the way forward and all the way back again, but I think potentially worth it
I think so for the cool factor.
for the
Yeah.
cool factor. I bought a valve block, so yeah, I'd have to just figure out how I'm gonna actually integrate that. Although I should only be gripping in one direction with the vase. I can't see myself expanding out to grab things.
Fair. Yeah, yeah, fair,
Although
fair.
you never know.
Well, now that you said it, you always have find a use for it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
now I've said it, I'm going to need to do it. But yeah, I want to get that to be a nice, neat little solution. I was going to make some little boxes like Gimbel's got, but I'm like, that's stupid. I'll just use the front punch outs in my machine. Like,
I think you should do that. And I think you should actually use toggle switches with like the little bars to protect them, like on airplanes. And then you could use them to turn the machine on. So like tick, 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 tick.
so as it is, I've got a little flip cover on the power off button, and that brings me great joy. And I
Ooh.
flip it up and I go, machine off. And then it powers down the phase converter and all that other shit as well. So yeah, no, I'm like a small child with shit like that.
Well, yeah, of course. You gotta make life interesting. Yeah.
100%. You need to enjoy what you do in life. But yeah, on that,
100%.
thank you everybody for listening. And we will see you next week. Patrons, we will see you shortly. No idea what we're talking about, but
Jet trains, jet trains.
oh yes, jet trains. That's what we're going to talk about. There'll probably be a link in this show for the jet trains as well for the non-patrons. But yeah,
Go
thank
watch
you
it. It's
everyone.
cool.
Thank you everyone for listening, and we will see you next week.
Take care, all.